Hello, you guys. I want to thank y'all guys for tuning in to Petunia and Unique Talks episode 9. So right now, it is just me on the show because Petunia is absent today. She'll just be sitting at home chilling with her and her husband and her daughter Arita. So it'll just be me today as your host of Petunia and Unique Talks. My name is Uniqua Murray and welcome to the show. So I can recall in the last episode that all they talked about was like pretty much different things. They pretty much talk about different things. It wasn't nothing really much craziness about, no certain thing. So they just left off of like, the schools that Geraldine's brother-in-law's kids went to. She just left off on that note. So we can finish that off in this episode right here. So let's go on and talk to the ladies. So it's also snowing today. It was really beautiful weather today here in our area. But let's go over and talk to the ladies, okay? So here we are, guys, with the ladies. We have Kimmy Pines, we have Angela Coles, we have we have Peyton Winnie Lemps, and we have Geraldine Bellegarde. So y'all can feel free to talk. I'll sit on the side and I'll just be with y'all guys today. We'll talk. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yes, y'all. Welcome back to this episode, y'all. So I left off on my brother-in-law Brian's kids going to schools and stuff like that. I pretty much just left off in the last episode of talking about their school and where they came from. And I also talked about my school and where I came from. So I can pretty much go back to that. I went to this school called Little Flower High School. Little Flower High School is an all-girls college preparatory Catholic school that, pretty much teaches little girls to, become wonderful world leaders and, just basically help young ladies with their passions of becoming great people, And it was a Catholic school, so it wasn't really free to go to, but I had help. I had financial aid to get in. All grant, it's all glory to the Father God in the name of Jesus, Why, yes. So yes, I did go to Little Flower. It was also Kimmy that went to Little Flower as well. Yes, I love Little Flower High School. It was so nice. It was really good. The school I went to before that was John L. Kinsey School. I went to that school for elementary school. And I went to Morrison. Pagan, what did you go to? My high school? Let's see here. I went to this good school called Academy at Palumbo. It was nice. It was like a really good special admission high school in South Philadelphia. It's pretty much Kappa High School's partner school because them two are basically the same school, but Kappa is just more focused on the arts and we're more focused on the academics. So it was a really, really good school. I liked it, It was nice. We just had no uniform. It was in an old building though. It was like in a really old building. So it was like they didn't do a lot of renovations, but it was still a good place. What about you, Angela? I went to Benjamin Franklin High School in Center City, Philadelphia. North Farm, Center City, Philadelphia. It was nice. It was actually really nice. And, it was really huge. We had the ups and downs of the people and stuff, but the school, like the students is what, really does it to the school. But the school could offer really good stuff, but the kids could just make the school really bad. It depends on how selective these schools are with their kids, Of course. Little Flower had its ups and downs. That's pretty much every school, even like Masterman, because I knew Charnel, remember Brian's niece? She went to Masterman down Center City for high school, and she said that there was a couple of crazy stuff going on there, but It's school, like it's any school, no matter what school you go to. Excuse me, no matter what school you go to, there's gonna be ups and downs. There's gonna be, things that involve the kids, but it's not a bad, like, it doesn't make the school really bad. What makes a school like bad is, the stuff that they don't offer. They don't offer certain things. They don't care a lot about the children's education. They just more focus on themselves. And that's what a terrible school is, in my opinion. And you are absolutely right about that. Of course. Yeah, like all that stuff what contributes to make a school like really bad. Not just the area. Like the area may be bad, but that school, maybe the jewel that's within that neighborhood also makes it stand out, But it can be like the school can pretty much become like the diamond in the rough, if you know what I'm saying. Like it can maybe that one big pillar, that one big spot, that one big jewel that's within the one place that'll, make a big difference for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And I personally agree with that. I thought I'd try a brand new camera mode, y'all. More wider. I don't know if y'all guys can see everybody, but it's okay. But let's just watch. Let's just look. I don't think they can see me from this far. Let's try to move up. There we go. I think this is more better. Okay, this is more better. So, yeah, y'all. So, like we said, we pretty much just been talking about, the schools and stuff, and pretty much, nothing else really much important. Because there's not really much important stuff going on right now. But I do got some news to share. Brian Jr. and Mahalia is about to have a kid now, right? It turns out that they're actually going to be having twins. Oh, yay! Wow, God works in mysterious ways, I tell you. Kimmy, you are so right about that, my sister. God does work in mysterious ways, even in ways that we don't get. But hey, God is still sovereign. God is still good. And forever he will be praised and glorified, Well, yeah. Do you know what they're having yet? So far, I think it's a boy and a girl. They weren't having a gender reveal because, the Omicron variant. So he just, did a small little at-home live stream of a gender reveal. They didn't even know who it was. It was only like him and Mahalia. They had a cake. They actually had 2 cakes. And then a lot of people was asking, like, why do you have 2 cakes? Because in the post that Brian Jr. made last month, back in December, he said that Mahalia is not just having 1 child, but she's having 2. They're having twins. And they was really, really happy. And then Brian explained it. And then what he basically explained now, he's going to cut the cakes open and try to figure out what we're having here. Yeah, they were basically cutting the cakes to, reveal the genders of the 2 children. So Brian Jr. opened 1 cake, him and Mahalia cut 1 cake. And then it turns out it was blue. So it was going to be another boy at the first one. And then the second cake, they opened it was going to be a girl. I was so happy once I saw that myself. Me as well. Like I always said, I'm proud of, Brian Jr. and Mahalia and stuff. I'm really proud of them all. They're really good people. Yeah, they're amazing people. And then pretty soon, like before remember I made a post with how, Brian Jr. worked at Walmart, and he only worked at Walmart for like 4 months, and then after that he left. Where does he work now? He's actually, doing, constructing work in people's houses now. Like, renovating people's houses and stuff like that. Being a contractor. Oh, yeah. It's nice. Yeah, he actually does those jobs now. He don't really, like, work for any, like, stores like that no more. Him and his, friends. He always worked overnight at Walmart, but after a while, he started to work during the day, and then he started to do housework, like housemaking work and stuff like that. Pretty lengthy job for the day, but it was still, it was still a good job for him because, Brian Jr. loves to work, like loves to do stuff like that, landscaping, house building and stuff like that. And, the house that he bought, he actually, even though that he bought it, it was like, it wasn't in much of a good condition at first, but him and his, friends renovated that house before he moved into it. And then since then, they've been living in that house, and it's beautiful. And, he's been doing a lot of constructing work in there, like doing construction, plumbing, and stuff like that. He does a lot, stuff like when it comes to renovating the house, well as photography and singing and stuff, and playing our drums at our church. Even while Mahalia sings on the choir. But Max is getting big. He'll be 1 year old in the next couple months. Oh, I know, it's gonna be amazing. And speaking after, the gender reveal, after we had, gender reveal and everything, Brian Jr., he actually bought a new car. Remember that Super Outback that he had? Yeah. He don't have it no more. What happened to it? That car was from 2012. Like, it was a 2012 Super Outback that one of his cousins gave him. I think it was, Carol, I think, gave it to him. Since he was going on to college and stuff like that. She gave him that car. That was hers. And then he pretty much has been using that since then. He wanted a new car anyway, just to have, bigger space. But instead of getting like a car, I think he bought a van. I think he bought a 2022 Toyota Sienna hybrid. That new hybrid van? Yep. Wow, he must got money. Oh yeah, it's his treat to himself. It's for his new family that he started. He actually likes the car. He actually likes the van. The van is extremely roomy. Yeah, he actually likes the van. It's very roomy, and it's big enough for all the people. Keeping on that van, he actually might get a second car just for Mahalia to drive, because she has a car herself. But he might end up getting her a Toyota Highlander as a car that they both could drive sometimes. Or let me say, I'm thinking, because Brian Jr. I was actually, fibbing. He didn't really buy the car yet. He was pretty much, like getting the idea of actually buying the van, or he'll buy the Highlander. Brian himself, he doesn't have a Kia Telluride anymore. He had the old 2019 one. He had a lease on that car when it first came out. And then now he has a Toyota Highlander now, 2022 Highlander now. Because he usually, switched back and forth between brands. But he had a Nissan Pathfinder at first, as his first SUV. Then he got the Kia Telluride. And then now he has the Toyota Highlander. Now, doesn't he have a lease on that car, or is it a full financing? I think it's a full finance. I think that's what he did. Yeah. Because he had that Nissan Pathfinder for a long time. He actually wanted the Kia Telluride just, have just to try it out. But he always loved Nissan and Toyota. Those are like his favorite brands. I remember when his kids were first born, he used to have a Toyota Sienna as his own car. Then he drove all the kids around, like Brian Jr., Daniel, and Linus, and Zenobia, and all them. He drove them all around in that van. And they had it for a really long time. Yes. And then he did some. Brian bought his wife a Honda Civic. Linus had that car, and now he don't have it no more. I know. I hope he does get a new car, though. He might end up getting something, related to the same brand as they are. Because the whole family is really now switching over to Toyota. They, might do a Toyota. He might do the Toyota Camry or the Corolla, something like that. I hope it's a nice one. Yeah, Toyotas are nice. Hondas are good too. But I still have my Hyundai, and I'm happy I have this car. I love my Hyundai Sonata. But yeah, that's a really nice car. Like, Toyotas are nice. They actually have a new truck called a Toyota Corolla Cross. That's actually nice. Yeah, that's a nice car. It's a nice small size SUV between like the CHR and the RAV4 and the Highlander, the Sequoia, and all them stuff. There's a lot of cars on that particular brand. They have many models and different types of models you could try. And they have their best top sellers. Yes, I hope Linus gets a nice car. I think he might get the Toyota Corolla Cross, because he actually wants a nice small size SUV, but at the same time, he wants a Camry. I don't know what kind of car he wants, but he'll get it. Yeah, I believe he'll get it. He actually wants one, so yes. But like I said, Brian Jr. has been basically keeping up the idea of actually buying the Toyota Sienna, or he might buy the Toyota Highlander. He's still thinking on it though. But we will all, just give him the ideas of what car he wants and what car he wants to get for his, big family now. Because the kids are actually almost here. And believe it or not, they're almost here. They might be born in April. Yeah, I think he said around April. Yeah, I think he said around April is when them kids are gonna be born. Between April and May. Because, in May is his dad's birthday. And I think we should do something for him. I really think we should. But yeah, it was good talking about those ideas and stuff like that. But also, our church is actually planting more buildings again. They're planning more campuses all over, again. They're actually about to do one, I believe, in Norristown, King of Prussia, West Philly, Trenton, and somewhere up in North Jersey in Newark. I think they're about to do campuses up there. But the Delaware one still might be proposed. They don't know if they're gonna do Delaware. Yeah. Even though we have a lot of people from Delaware that go to our church, but I don't know if he might have a Delaware campus over there. It would be nice. Oh, and Northeast Philly. Because we have a 7 o'clock service here at our church. He might have the 7 o'clock service at West Philly, or he might have the 7 o'clock service in Northeast Philly. He's gonna be thinking about it still. And then in New Jersey, the one in Camden is 1 o'clock. That starts at 1. But they switched over to 10, because the pastors of that church that was right there at 27th Street Revival Center, they went into Dare to Imagine, and then they actually turned it into that church, and then they just kept the same times. It just went under a different name and fellowship. Right. But yeah, the church itself is nice. And I loved it when we always went out to Jersey a lot, especially to go sing. But since they're about to be opening up the Trenton campus, we might end up going up there. It's at this Galilee Baptist church that's right there. It's big size. It's like a decent size. Galilee Baptist is like a decent size. That's gonna become there to Imagine's building. It's a decent size. And the one up in Newark is going to be at this place called First Baptist Church. It's big size as well. But a lot of those buildings are getting remodeled. So I'm wondering, aren't they gonna hire pastors to go out there? Yeah, I think so. Since our church has like a good amount of, pastors and pastors that are preachers within our assembly, our pastor might have them go out and be pastors over there. Or he might hire somebody in that area to be the pastor over there. Yeah, but what I really want to happen, I'm praying that it happens so bad, is that if our pastor has Brian Clement Sr. go out and be a pastor of a Dare to Imagine campus, I pray that it's not in Norristown or King of Prussia. Because if it's somewhere out there, it's going to be amazing. I had dreams about it and everything. Like, if he's at King of Prussia, we might do outreach a lot at King of Prussia Mall and just worship and stuff like that. That would be amazing. And then our whole choir would come out. Our whole choir will come out and be part of the congregation, and then it'll be fun then and there. Yes, it would be amazing. It would be nice. All to the glory of God. But yeah, guys, I've been, believing and really praying that God's gonna do a really great thing once we branch out into a new building. And if Brian becomes the campus pastor, it's going to be amazing. We're gonna have a wonderful time in the Lord. Oh yes, it's gonna be amazing. So guys, once again, it's like early in the morning now. On 6:40, the sun is coming up. And we're just here just chilling and talking once again. I want to basically reiterate from the other part. So it wasn't really Toyota that Brian was aiming for. He actually aimed for a Subaru because those cars are very good, they're reliable, and they're really good on gas and performance and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I like Subarus. They're good. Your Subarus are really good. But I think Brian was aiming for something like that. Yeah, Brian Jr., Brian Sr., and their mom, they were aiming for that car. Because, they wanted to, have some good performance and good, good technology. It's good. So Brian Sr., I think he went with the 2022 Subaru Ascent. I think that's what he went through. Those are nice cars. Those are nice SUVs. They're their first big SUV, and it's nice. Yeah, their car is huge. Their car is huge and it's really good, performance and gas and tech. It's really good. Of course. And then you have their mom, Brian Jr.'s mom. She I think she has the Forester. Yeah, she wanted a nice size SUV. But believe it or not, they all have a lot of kids. So I'm thinking, I think she has the Forester or the Ascent. I have to ask Brian about it. Yeah, maybe the Ascent. because Brian got it first. And after a while, that's when Brian bought his wife a car. Excuse me. He bought his wife a car. So yeah, they may have the that car. Now is Petunia here? Yeah, Petunia's here now. She just showed up. And then in a minute we're gonna have Wonder Woman Athena on here as well. Hey y'all, I'm here. Sorry I couldn't make it for the first part, but I'm here. We can talk. Of course. Yes, finally good to have you here, Petunia. It's lit. So this is about just a little bit. So now it's all of us here. Pretty soon we're gonna add Wonder Woman Athena on here too, because they'll come and talk to us about some things as well. Yeah, but in this part, I wanted to mention something. Lauren is not Brian's daughter. Oh yeah? I thought I said it was his daughter. I meant to say goddaughter, because Jessica was his girlfriend like a long time ago, but him and Jessica didn't have Lauren. He didn't have Lauren, so their first child was actually Brian Jr. Yeah, sounds like a little more appropriate. That is more appropriate because we don't want to make Brian Sr. seem like he was a hoe or something like that. We don't want that. We don't want it to depict that message. We don't want to show that message like having kids multiple men. He would never do that. He has children with one woman, and that's it. Brian told me, like, growing up, he, had different girlfriends, of course, but all the girls didn't work out with him because they were being just really crazy. But he found one, and then as soon as he found the one, then they got married, then they had plenty of kids. Yeah, and he has a huge family. You can tell that guy has a huge family because I remember you showed me the picture before. Yes. Yeah, the family is really huge. Yeah, and I love their family. I love his family so much. I think all the kids, ranging from Brian Jr. all the way down to a couple of younger kids, they all resemble him. Yeah, most of them resemble both him and their mom combined. Basically, all the kids are him and their mom combined. So yeah, they are beautiful people. Oh yes, yes, that's my brother-in-law. He's a really handsome person, and their mom is a beautiful, beautiful woman, and their children are beautiful. Yes, they look like exact copies of their mother and father. Yes, they are exact copies and they're beautiful. I know all of them are. I love all of them. I'm mostly cool with Linus and Zenobia and Nyla and Danny. I do talk to him sometimes. I talk to him a lot. But I don't know if we're really like close like that. Because he was never really he never really talked to me like that. But I do believe that he is really close. I mean, him, we tend to become close. I could say that. Yeah, y'all. I just wanted to clear it up. It was like a Subaru Ascent that Brian Sr. has. And then I think his wife have the Forester or the Ascent. I have to ask him. And not Zenobia got a little car. Oh yes, I saw that. I think she has the 2022 Toyota Yaris, or I think she has the Subaru Impreza hatchback. She probably has the Impreza. I have to see. Yeah, she probably got the Impreza. She does have the Impreza, only because that we recently went out to the mall just to chill and have fun. Like one time after she got done from, school, because I think she's in school right now. Yeah, she's in school. I think she goes to college. Community college. Yeah, she goes to community college. So so after she got done class at community college, that's when she came to come and pick me up. And then I saw her car and I was like, ooh, child, it's a nice car. Yeah, she does have the new Impreza. She actually did a review of the car, I think on her family's YouTube page or her YouTube page. I think she has a YouTube page. So she did a little review. She took a tour of the car, like all the accessories she's bought for it. Like a nice steering wheel cover and, car sprays and the air fresheners and stuff and other car accessories when she had friends come along with her. It was a nice, aesthetically pleasing review. Oh yes, and I believe that. Same thing with the phones and stuff. They usually do the same thing with the phones, and I thought it was really satisfying. Yes. Speaking of phones, they have the new Galaxy S22 that is now being released. I saw it. It was beautiful. That's a nice looking phone, but for me, I have iPhone, so I don't know. Well, iPhone's good. It's for your own personal preference, in my opinion. But I do like the Galaxy S22. The Galaxy S22 is really, really nice. It comes with an S Pen. Oh yes, and I bet Brian Sr. would be happy about that. Because, I think he has the Note and he wants to trade it in and get something else. And he said that he will just get the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Because that phone, it comes with the S Pen and it's like the S21, but it's updated with the S22 stuff. It's really nice. Him, Linus, and Sean, I think they might get that one. And Brian Jr., I think they might get that. They come in multiple colors. Like if you buy the phone off the website, it comes in multiple colors. I did see the colors. They're so nice. I saw it too. And you know what, y'all? I was actually waiting when that phone came out. I was actually waiting to upgrade and trade in my phone. So I may get that one, the S22 Ultra, once it comes out on the 25th. Yeah, I'm also thinking that Brian Jr. might get it, and Senior, and Linus, and Sean. And with Zenobia, she's happy about her Flip. She likes her Z Flip. Yeah, she loves her Z Flip. She, likes it. It's really suits her. She has the lavender color. And Nyla has the fold. And Lonnie has the fold. So, yeah. They like it. They love the phone. Yeah, so, so they do like their phones and stuff. We was also talking Petunia about, Brian actually becoming a campus pastor. And I pray that it be so. Because, if he becomes a campus pastor, we're going to have a ball, I tell you. Oh, most definitely. I'm here for it. I'm here for it too. So that means that a majority of the congregation is going to have to be the choir members, right? There's pretty much going to be the choir members, like the members of our choir. We're going to be the congregation. Because, I heard a lot of the choir members say that, and Brian have becomes a pastor at his own building or his own church, we all will just go and we all just go with him. Because, you know, he's a real good leader, and he's just that kind of a person. He'll be a really great leader, a good mentor to each and every person that, you know, he, helped, along the way, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he'll be a really great mentor, a really great pastor. He does a really good work. And I agree with that. He always helped me out growing up, especially when I was discouraged. And a lot of the choir members helped me, and his children helped me out. It was nice. But yes, so let's prepare, because I hear Wonder Woman and Athena and Casey are on their way. So let's get ready. Oh yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Wonder Woman and the Casey will be here shortly. So I wanted to also add something here. So remember how we said that Epiphany Fellowship Church was basically like the main church? It wasn't the main church, because that's where sometimes after this church closed down, we were stationed at Epiphany for a little bit. Because, you know, Brian wanted to create a ministry from our choir and most of the people who were on the music ministry, just to, you know, keep in touch, because we were doing a great work for the kingdom and Brian wanted to keep it going. So that's pretty much how we came about. But the real church back in the day, it was called this church called Impacting Your World Christian Center. It's pretty much one of the biggest churches in the Philadelphia area. That Deliverance, Mount Airy, Enon, those churches I know right here, even Sharon Baptist, Ezekiel, those were like one of the bigger churches, you know, growing up. But we all came from Impacting Your World Christian Center. It was myself and Kimmy. We both came from that church growing up. Okay. Tell us more about it. Okay, so remember how all of the events, I know it's like in older episodes that we, you know, created. We talked about, you know, like the old history and stuff like that, where we all came from and stuff like that. And it wasn't actually Epiphany. All of us, a part of the choir, we all came from Impacting Your World Christian Center. I was a faithful member of that church, and from 2004 all the way until 2012, until we closed the building and we had to go over to a different place. And different because they moved to New Jersey. They bought this giant campus in Jersey, and then they all went over there. Everybody from our ministry, a couple of them, most of them went, but all of us couldn't be there because not everybody wanted to travel to New Jersey, you know, to go to church. But it's different time now, because, you know, at our current church there, to imagine, we have multiple locations. We're getting multiple locations now, so we're in Jersey, so it's different now. But Brian, he pretty much like established everything at Impacting Your World, because he was a member there from 1995 all the way up until 2012. He's been at the church for a good while, because that's where he went to church. Him and his family went to church. And then, you know, his mom, Valerie, her name isn't Martina, it's Valerie. She was, you know, in ministry as well. She preached, and she did music. So she was on the music ministry. She was the director of the adult choir. And all of our choirs at Impacting Your World Christian Center were extremely huge. It was the mass choir, and then you also had the children's choir. And then you had the youth choir, the youth young adult choir. And the young adults also had their own group as well. Most to say, when I turned 18, that's when I moved up to the young adult team. The young adult team was really nice. The young adult choir is really small, but that's when eventually Brian combined both the youth and young adults together, because when I was growing up in the church, when Brian was over the youth choir was around for a long time. But one of the directors, he was over something else, and that's when Brian had to take over. But once he came up, that's when he invited a lot of us on, because that's when the youth choir was stopping for like a little bit. The youth choir stopped for a little bit, and then when he was started to be over the youth choir, it was just the young adult choir that was going. So it was looking nice size. The young adult choir was at a nice size. It was like 24 people, 24 young adults. Because the young adult ministry was lit. The young adult ministry was lit at the church. The youth ministry was amazing. Like, I had a wonderful time, because I remember we used to go to Joy Night on Fridays. We usually have like a night of worship, a night to share our talents, like a little talent show. We had a fellowship, we had a game night and stuff. It was amazing. Yeah, it was fun, because I remember when I came to the church, when Stephanie invited me over there, I was a part of the youth ministry for a little bit. It was amazing. I went to the Friday night, Joy Night, so it was amazing. It was fun to come out on a Friday night and just come out and just have fun with your fellow teenagers at the time. I had a good time. And I remember when I joined the choir and everything. It was nice. Yeah, it was amazing when we came. And then eventually that was when after the current building closed, that's when we all came over to our church. No, that's when we stopped going to that building, because that's when they closed it down and moved everybody over. They moved everybody over to New Jersey. But either way, it was still a wonderful building. So we can put up a picture of what the building actually looked like. It was right there off of Germantown Avenue. It was right off of Germantown Avenue. Let me find it here. It was huge too. So let me pull up the satellite image. It will turn three-dimensional like that. And let me three-dimensional like this. So let's turn. Oh yeah, that's a nice place. I heard of that place before. Yeah, that's our old church, Impacting the World. That was our old church right there. The sanctuary was extremely big. It was really big. It had a nice size stage. Our youth choirs, like all of our choirs at the church, was always so big. Like, we had the adult mass choir was big. We had the youth young adult choir that was big. Then we had the senior choir that was nice size. And we had the fellowship choir. We had the children's choir. The children's choir was huge, because Kimmy, you started off in the children's choir. I did. I started off there in the children's choir, and then I was just nervous to come up to the youth and adult choir. I remember when we was all giving up, Brian, he had his young children go into the choir. It was the children's choir. It was Brian Jr. for a little bit. It was Daniel, it was Linus, and also Zenobia and Nyla. And Serenity, she was only like 4 years old. And Sean and Lonnie, they were still kind of young, so they're like babies. So I don't think Brian would want them to come up right now at that time. But it was really nice. We had a wonderful time in the church. And then I remember all of them came up to the youth choir. Brian Jr. came up to the youth choir. Let's see. When Daniel came up to the youth choir, you came up to the youth choir. Linus came up to the youth choir. Tina came up to the youth choir. It was a lot of the youth from that up to the youth young adult choir, and that's when our choir was huge when he started to back up. Wait, it was like already started, but they hardly sing because they needed a director. But now Brian was over them, and then that's when it just got so good. And I remember everybody from his a lot of people from his family used to be on the choir and the praise and worship team. It was Brian was on the praise and worship team. It was Sharon on the praise and worship team. Miss Zelda was on the praise worship team. That's Vernice and them's mother. And Ronnie was on the choir. That was Brian's uncle. He was on the adult choir. And his grandmom was over the senior choir. She was right on the senior choir. And then all the family, even Lance was on the praise team and the choir. A lot of the family was involved in the church because all of them came when they were like really young. They were like in their teen years. That's when they came into the church, and they did things. Their mom made them do stuff in the ministry and everything. Pretty much for that whole family, they were grounded in the Lord anyway, and grounded in prayer, grounded in loving people, of course. But yeah, I can tell that their family was grounded in the Lord because of how they treat people and how they, go about things, how they love everybody. Yeah, it was a nice place for all of them. That's where all of them grew up. People growing up, a lot of them already grew up in church, but that's when they first came to Philly from Canada in '93, and that was where all of them came to that church in '95, because for 2 years they were at another church. They were, all over the place, but that's when their mom decided to have them come over to Impacting Your World, and that's where they, established the family covenant there. It was beautiful. Yeah, it was a nice church. It was really nice. I remember when Linus came up to the youth choir, he led a solo in incredible praise, and by J.J. Harrison. That song, when he sang it, I tell you, it was amazing. That was the moment when that God is doing something very special in his life, and God is doing a great work in him and all of his brothers and sisters and his father especially. And the Lord raising them up real well. It was good to start while young because, that's when you can have a foundation and establish your foundation. It was really interesting. It was really nice to just, have them up there. Even it was nice for me up there because while I was at this church, when I was at other churches, growing up, I was like 8 or 9. In the children's ministry, I loved to worship. And then I used to be on the children's choir at Mount Ephraim, but that's when my mom wanted to bring us to Impacting Your World. Even my mom was on the mass choir at Impacting Your World. It was like a lot of our parents from the youth young adult choir that we were at before in our choir now, as we became a mass choir, a lot of our parents who did sing, some of them didn't, but a lot of our parents who sang, they were on the mass choir at Impacting the World, and it was nice. We had a wonderful time. The pastor at the church did so much for each and every one of us. He did so much for the community, having so many ministries, so many events, and pastors come out and just fellowship. It was just amazing. And I'm just grateful that God placed us in a wonderful place where we established a foundation for our faith. Because we got involved in children's ministry, got involved in music, got involved in youth ministry. And even one of our friends, I think it was let's see, Ronnie. He was the drummer. He actually became the drummer at Impact New World for a little bit. And then he pretty much followed us when we went to Dare to Imagine Church. And while we was having rehearsals at Epiphany Fellowship Church, he was pretty much part of the ministry. Him and Charles McMurray was a part of the choir and the young adult praise team, young adult praise team. And then Ronnie was a part of youth young adult praise team as well. He did a lot. Rashawn Wilson was a part of the praise team. He wasn't really much a member of the choir. It was like a separate members of the separate young adult members who were a part of the praise team versus the ones who were on the choir. And it wasn't pretty much a main difference because a couple of the young adults that were there, like Vernice's aunt at the time, she was a young adult on the young adult praise team. Her and Rashawn, and this one, like Rashawn and Charles were like younger. And then they had more people. Vernice's aunt, she was on the youth young adult praise team, and then Vernice was up on youth young adult praise team. So I know that once they moved from Second Pilgrim Baptist, when their mom brought them to Impact the New World, because her Miss Vernice's grandmother, who was a part of Impact the New World, she was part of Second Pilgrim, but her sister, the great aunt, was a member of Impact New World. That's when they all just came over there after that situation that happened between the Zelda and the family and all them. But yeah, but everybody that we knew and loved was up on the choir and the praise team at Impact in the World. It was nice. It was really nice. You had everybody. You had you see everybody who we had on the list go to that church. Some of them came to Dare to Imagine Church. But Kimberly Jones was part of the youth choir when Brian started. I think she was like 16. Yeah, she was 16. Oops. Yeah, she was 16 when she came up. Alicia was already there at Impacting the World. She was on the youth and young adult as well. Paige Walker was already up there. Tiffany Crawl, she was at our church. She actually was at Impacting the World only until it closed. So she came around the time that it was actually closing. But she came with us. Even Antoine Taylor was there. He was at our church from 2007 then on. And then Sabrina, she was on the youth and young adult choir until she started in the youth choir in 2008. So that's when she came up. Because she came to the church before then. But she wasn't a member of the choir. She wasn't there when Brian started it up. Deontay was already there. He pretty much was one of the seasoned members. Me and him, Carol and Marcia Cooper, Sophia G, Helen, and Lisa G, Lindina, Bethany, and Monique and Charnel. We all were on the choir and the praise team. Jerome was already on the praise team and the choir. He did both. Precious Hawkins was already there. He was on our choir and the praise team as well. She did both. Basically, a lot of people from our choir basically pretty much did both. Yeah. But I was happy to see them, y'all. Yeah, I loved it when Linus sang that song, Incredible Praise. I was actually on the choir when he sang it, and I was like, yes. That was actually his first solo. That one, and aside from the other song, Bread of Life. No, You Are the Living Word. Yeah, Bread of Life, that song. Aside from that one, Incredible Praise was actually his first solo that he sang at the church and in the church. Yeah. Brian Jr.'s song was a very fast Hezekiah Walker song. It was a fast Hezekiah Walker song. It was nice. Oops. It was a very fast. It was a very fast song. I forgot what it was, but it will come back. And then Carol, she did It's So Amazing. I still think about that song the time when she sang it on that choir. I still remember the times when she sang it. It was always amazing. Yeah, it was nice. And then I also remember one of the older ladies sung His Eyes on the Sparrow first. That's when Nzinga wanted to sing it. The older ladies from the mass choir, she sang it. I forgot her name. It was Miss Hattie. Miss Hattie sang that song. I don't remember if she had any younger people who was on the choir, but she did have children. But they were part of the 2 were on the young adult ministry, the rest were in the youth ministry. I don't really remember a lot from that. And then it was a song that we sang before, like a year or 2 before we was closing. I think we closed in mid-2012. Athena, she sang that song like Kira shared, that Free song. Yeah, that song Free. That song is nice. It was a wonderful anointed song that she sang. And she killed it. She always did. And I tell you, people can work up a shout in that church though. That's one of the coolest things I can remember. A lot of people in church can work up a shout. Even on the youth and adult choir, some of y'all worked up a shout up there, and I tell y'all did. Listen, we was grounded in the Lord. We had to give God praise. Sometimes you have to give God praise, because that's what it's due. And I most definitely agree. And I agree with that. Yeah, Athena did that song. Listen, people was screaming, people was shouting when she sang that song. I remember. Listen, I was never really a member of Impacting the World. I never really been there like that. But I remember I came a couple times just to visit it. I don't think I came on a Sunday when y'all sang. We actually did, because remember I invited you out to the church, and that was a Sunday I was singing with the choir. Oh yeah, I remember now. That was like a long time ago. Yeah, it was like way a long time ago. Other cool thing about that church, y'all, the youth had their own church. The children had their own spot, like a big area in the church where they did youth children's ministry, and they had a nice area where we had youth church. We had our own little sanctuary where we went to church at. Sometimes our choir sang, we would come and we would sing in the main sanctuary, and then sometimes our youth choir will sing in the youth sanctuary. And I can tell you, a lot of the memories we had in the youth sanctuary was amazing. We had a lot of wonderful moments. Yes, we had so many beautiful times in there. And like I said, the youth could work up a worship, I tell you. Some of y'all would shout, some of y'all would praise God, some of y'all would, like feel the spirit. It was like, wow. And I remember one of the youth ushers had to get I remember her name. She was on the youth. She was on youth and middle choir at that time. Her name was Her name was Kamara and Coral. Once Kamara started shouting Coral, she had to go over and get Cam while she was over there, shouting on their seat. But it was different though. Like, it was like this church was like really different, and I was just glad that I was able to make it out. I'll never forget those Friday night joy night services and our youth conferences we always used to have. Yeah, I'll never forget the youth conferences though. That's when our youth middle choir would sing every night, and the youth middle praise team would sing every night, and then we would have a concert, and it would just be amazing. The whole room was like filled with a lot of youth young adults. Well, I felt like people from most of the community. When other churches would come out and come see it, it would be amazing. Remember when Dom's dad used to be on the security? Oh yeah, he was on the security ministry. His dad, Dom's dad, was on the security ministry. Then Dom would come and sing up on the choir with us and be a part with us in the music in the youth and adult ministry. He was on the youth ministry, and eventually he was on the young adult ministry as well. It was tough though. We had a wonderful time growing up. I remember back in youth joy night that we had one of the talent shows, and then it would be Rose, Dom, Carla, Zaria, and Tari. They were doing a little mini singing group. They were trying to do they're pretty much doing a little silly rendition of Jesus Brought the Sunshine. And then I remember once they were all singing, they were trying to do like the coordinations of what the Clark sisters did. I was cracking up so bad, because I was like, yo, you guys are stupid. But it was so fun though. Like, it was so fun to just come out and just have fun, and just be friends, and just have fun with each other in the name of God. Yeah, it was really, really nice. We had so many memories from those youth nights, in the youth conferences, even in youth church. Because our youth pastor was amazing. Yeah. But it was fun though. Fun memories. Okay, yes guys, so it was Impacting the World Christian Center. That's pretty much where it all started. It didn't really start at Epiphany. It didn't start at Capacity, and it started at Impacting the World. And then after they moved to Jersey, that's when we went to Dare to Imagine Church. And then that's how, Brian started the choir again at Dare to Imagine Church. Pretty much get in touch with all of us, asked us if we all wanted to come together and make a choir for that time. But yeah, we did. Pretty much it was all of us from the youth young adult, the youth choir that was from Dare to Imagine, from Impacting the World. And then that's how we became the full mass choir here. And I remember I joined Impacting the World for that one time when y'all guys started. It was nice. Oh yes. And then those Friday nights, things were called high impact. It wasn't the joy nights. It's almost reminded us of the joy nights, but those high impact nights for us, the youth ministry, it was like, the worship, then the word, then games, and then a talent show. It was nice. We had fun. Yes, it was so fun. And there was so much food there too. Also, to reiterate, when we were talking about different cars, we were talking about Subaru, we talked about Toyota, and then Kia. It was actually a Kia that Brian has. Brian has the Kia Telluride, and I think his wife has the Seltos or the Telluride again, but I think they both have one. But they all have Kias, and they're really good cars. The Kia Telluride is a very decent car. Reliable, very good on, performance, and I think it was good. It was nice. I loved it. But yes, y'all guys, we are going to be talk about more stuff in different episodes. So I know this episode 8 might be a tiny bit shorter. Episode 9 might be a tiny bit shorter, but in the next episode, we're definitely gonna talk more about more stuff. We basically just wanted to reiterate on some things in this part, and we did talk about a good amount of things here. But in episode 10, we're gonna talk about some more stuff. This season's gonna go on until episode 16. 16 episodes this season. So all of the videos are gonna go up to 16 episodes in this season, and then hopefully we'll come back for a third season. Maybe so. Yeah, maybe. I hope we do come back. That'll be lit. Yeah, but I cannot really tell if this episode's really been short. But we can keep on talking and we can keep on going, Oh yes, guys. Also, we're basically about to start our next location. Where's it gonna be at? It's gonna be in King of Prussia. Yay! But who's gonna be the pastor over there? I heard our current pastor might have Brian become the pastor over there. Oh my gosh! See, I had a feeling that he was going to become a pastor of a church. I knew he was going to become a pastor, preaching and everything, but I didn't know he was going to have his own church. Yes. It's all underneath our ministry, so we're all going to be one ministry in different places. We're going to have it here in Philly. We're going to have one. We have one in Jersey. Then they're going to move the church up to North Jersey, all the way past New York. And then we're going to have a location, I think in West Philly or Northeast Philly. I don't know for sure. Or Center City. It might be in one of those areas, or maybe in the middle. But it's going to be fun. But I know King of Prussia is going to be the next spot, because that's what they announced in church. That our next spot's going to be in King of Prussia. So when is it going to open up? I think it's going to open up in, at the beginning of next year. At the beginning of 2023, I think that's when we're going to move over there. Or it might be at the end of this year. I don't know for sure, but he said it's in the making. And once they get all the construction queues and stuff like that, it will be good. He said, our pastor said that church is going to be inside of this place called Floors USA. I think that's like a furniture store. Then the clothes get stored down, and then they're gonna do construction inside of there, make it a nice church. It's gonna be for us. It's gonna be for Dare to Imagine. They chant since it's a dual level place in one area. I think there's going to be another level that's going to be thinking of a youth sanctuary or something like that. Then the children's going to have their own area. It's going to pretty much be really, really nice. Oh, yes. So what about our choir? So, Brian's over our choir. Our pastor said that we're going to have, he'll have our choir go over there with him. Basically, at Dare to Imagine Church right now, we actually have two choirs. We have our choir, and then we have a small group, an ensemble group. They're pretty much going to be the main choir here. And they can sing really good too, don't get me wrong. But what about the praise team? the praise team is so good right here. I think some of them live out in King of Prussia, and then for them, I don't even know how it's gonna work. Like for the King of Prussia place or King of Prussia building, I don't even know how that's gonna work. So he said it's still in the making. So once everything is sorted out, that's when they'll put us in there. But our pastor did say he would have our choir go and be the choir over there, and then we will basically help Brian out, with planning the church, so like the ministries and stuff like that. It's gonna be fun. Oh yes. Do we have a color theme? I think it's gonna be purple or blue. I think it's gonna be one of those two colors. I hope it's the blue color. I do too. It's blue, beautiful color. Blue and silver. Or we can mix it up, blue, purple, and silver, Well, yeah. So within that, are we gonna have our own Christmas programs and stuff? Yeah, the main Christmas event is gonna be at our current building right here, and then we'll have all the other campuses come together. And then we'll have a Christmas celebration in the main building. And we'll have a Christmas production, a Christmas thing inside of the new building, King of Prussia, and in Jersey. And then the two Jerseys will come together and do a thing. Yeah, that's nice though. It's gonna be really nice. Yes, I know. I said I asked Riley, if you ever become a pastor of a church, I said you should have us, especially about King of Prussia, you should definitely have, one day where we do an outreach inside of King of Prussia Mall. We have a station in there. We're just spreading the gospel within the mall, outside and inside. It would be very nice. Yes, that would be nice. But yeah, so a lot of people on our choir, they do have families that go to our church. A lot of them do have families that go to our current church, like Vernice and Marcus, and them, they all go to our church. Most of their family go to our church, like some of their cousins and stuff. So once we move over to King of Prussia, they're all gonna come over there and basically branch out over there, because our choir's gonna be stationed there. Brianna Nolan's aunt, she's gonna go over to King of Prussia as well. She's not a member of our church. She basically lives out there, and she goes to this very big Baptist church. She goes to Sharon Baptist, out in West Philly, but she'll still come to our King of Prussia building, because just, be with the family and stuff. Then everybody else on our Carter's family, we're all going to be moved over there. Yes, the congregation's going to be, good size. And then as we keep on, getting the word out that King of Prussia's building is opening up, once we take down a list of people who is interested in, coming, there's already there's a Google form that's up, and then people sign that form, and then they pretty much can fill it out then and there, and then they will come over to the building once we announce to them that the building is opening up. Once the building opens up, that's when they're invited to come. Oh, yes. Because it's going to be people from Conshohocken, King of Prussia, and Norristown. So a good amount of people from those places coming to the church. It's going to be amazing. So I'm still concerned about our band members. So we're going to have band members from our current church go over to our church as well. Ronnie, yes, he's coming. Charles McMurray, yes, he's coming. Brian Jr. is coming. Linus, his friend, is coming, because, he's one of the drummers of the church now. He's going to be at the new building as well. But now that Brian's gonna be pastor, who's gonna direct our choir? It's gonna be multiple people. It's gonna be Dennis for sure, because Brian talked to Dennis and he said, since we're launching a King of Prussia location, and I might not be over the choir no more. I mean, he still pretty much be over it, but he's gonna be the pastor of the church, so he'll be like preaching and stuff like that. But he wants, because you know what, the community events, like we usually go out and sing. Brian usually directs us either way, so that's gonna remain. But he asked Dennis for sure that he wanted him to direct the choir on Sundays at the new building. And I bet for him it was a dream come true. I can tell it was. Dennis always loved to direct, choir and stuff. He directed a choir a couple times here at this church, and while he was down in Baltimore when he directed that choir over there. And then now he's given the opportunity to direct us. It's basically a life changer for him. He's still always doing a great work in the Lord. Yes, and that's why I love Dennis. Dennis is so good at what he does. And I love him for that. I really do love Dennis for that. Me too. Dennis always does good work. So it'll be Dennis and I think Grace. Grace is gonna direct us as well. See, all of our friends is coming together and directing our choir. It's gonna be lit. Yeah, the choir is gonna be directed by multiple people. It's gonna be Dennis. It's gonna be Grace, and then I think Charlotte. Charlotte's gonna do it, and then I think we'll have Tiffany Crawl do it. And I love it when she does that too. And then, Linus could direct us as well. Oh yes, because he does a very good job with the children's group when they sing for Christmas. He does a wonderful job with them, when they're harmonies and melodies and stuff like that. He does a really good job with that. So I know with our choir, he's gonna do real good because he did direct us before. One time his dad wasn't feeling too good. He was sick one time, and then he called on Linus to direct us because that's when Dennis was not in Philly. So he called on him to direct the choir, and it was really, 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 really nice. It was wonderful when he came in and directed. Oh yes. Yes, it was nice. Holy Spirit still moved like crazy. The Holy Spirit always be moving like crazy once we be singing. It'd be nice. Yes. So I wonder who is going to be the praise and worship leader. That I don't know. I know Brian, he talked to his niece Ryan and see if she wanted to, lead praise and worship at that church. She leads praise and worship here at our church sometimes. So now she would be a wonderful candidate for that. Charnel would definitely be a candidate for that because she used to lead praise and worship at Impact in Your World, even here sometimes. And she was intermittent on the praise thing over here at Dare to Imagine. She was mostly on the choir, but she does a wonderful job. You would have Ryan who would do it. Let's see. It's a good amount of people. But for one stable praise worship leader, I don't know for sure who it's gonna be. I think it might be Ryan or Chanel. Like out of those two people, they're gonna intertwine and basically, teach praise and worship in there. And I think Derek too, because Derek does a good job with leading songs and leading praise and worship as well. Oh yes, it's gonna be amazing. Are we going to have Sunday school? We need Sunday school, yes. Isn't we going to have some Sunday school in there for the children, for the adults? Definitely. Like, we're all helping Brian, like, pretty much plan it out. Even though the Lord has given him specific instructions for what he wants to do, Brian opened it up to all of us. The Lord wanted Brian to open it up to all of us, that to give some ideas and suggestions of what they want for the new building, because we had a meeting about that last week. Like, after rehearsal, the before rehearsal, we had a meeting with Brian, and he pretty much wanted to open it up to us that he is going to become the pastor, the lead pastor, or the lead preacher at the Dare to Imagine King of Prussia. And then you'll pretty much have all of us, see what we want. Like, we want a youth ministry. It's a list. We want the youth ministry, we want the young adult ministry, we wanted men's ministry, women's ministry, singles ministry, we wanted multimedia, we wanted intercessory prayer, most definitely. We also want to have definitely cooking, because his wife likes to cook, and Sharon likes to cook, and Zechariah loves to cook. And then the acting and stuff, that's the music, that's the arts ministry there. So you have the music, the dancing, the acting, and the art and stuff. It's nice. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait till we officially open it up. I can't wait till we officially open up this building. It's gonna be amazing. Yes, there's so much to do. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. Me neither. It's gonna be wonderful. He's just getting everything sorted out. Yes. So what's the sanctuary gonna look like? I don't know either. None of us know what it's gonna look like, because they're still planning out everything. I'm still planning out everything. But hopefully once we get the building plans, then that's probably when we'll know what's gonna be in there. But I hope the sanctuary is a good size. We're not extremely big and not extremely small. Yeah, I hope the stage is big enough for our choir, because our choir is huge. Right. Yeah, our choir is big, so hopefully the stage is big enough for our choir. Not to say that our stage here at the church is currently big enough for us. It is. And if it's all of us up there. Because, our choir is like 50 to 60 people. Actually, I think up to 70 people. It's a lot. It was up to 70 for the reunion choir. But for our current choir, it's like 50 people up there. It's a good amount. It's a lot. There's a lot of us up there. Except for the ones that, moved away to like Texas and Atlanta and stuff. But some of them who came back after the choir was actually coming back. When we first started in the pandemic, a lot of them that used to sing are now back. Like Olivia is back, and Trinity Dawson is back, and Maria is back, and Talia is back. That's just to name a couple, right? Yeah. Well, I don't have the list right now to show it at the moment, but yeah, but it's a good amount that's back. And they've been gone for a minute. We all have been gone for a minute. Yeah, we've been out for a little bit, but I'm glad to be back. I want to show y'all guys that Floors USA place here. I can show y'all guys that real quickly. It's that furniture store. It's like over here. It looks pretty small from right there, but once we go into it, oh, we can go down here. There's right in here. Oh, looks like a good size, yeah. Yeah, it's a good size. Over there, I think that's the second floor area though that splits off into 2 levels. So Brian might have the youth sanctuary up there, like the youth church in there. It's gonna be amazing. Yes, it's gonna be wild because we already a good up here at our current church. Then probably likely mid this year or at the end of this year we'll move into the building. I'm hoping it's like at the middle of this year, because once the construction thing goes through and the contractors approve everything and they start doing construction, we're gonna have an open house of the building, basically go see everything, and then like the sanctuary and the fellowship area and stuff like that. It's gonna be nice. Yes, it's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to finally go in there and worship. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be really nice. And it's gonna pretty much just be one service right now, probably in the afternoon. Probably in the afternoon, it might be like 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock, depending on what our current pastor wants to do with that building. Like in Jersey, they traded over into their traditional service times. They went to their traditional service times only because their team pretty much agreed to become the whole Dare to Imagine church. So that's when they just combined both services into Dare to Imagine's name. So now they have a stable team with their times and stuff. Then Jersey is developing their team already. And right now we're developing our team for King of Prussia. King of Prussia is going to be wild over there. It's going to be amazing. Oh yes, I personally agree with that. Yeah, for me, I most definitely agree with that. So I really do hope that our new building is going to be nice, because moving around a lot is like really been teaching me a lot. Like depending on God, really, not just being in one place, but just to go out there and pretty much spread the gospel to others. Yeah, that's what our pastor wants us to do. He wants us to go out and spread the gospel to others. He wants us to, he don't want us to stay in one spot. He wants us to, branch out there and do a great work. So yeah. So yeah, most definitely we should, keep on praying to the Lord, and we'll just do planning. But I can tell that the new building is going to be amazing. Oh yes. So yeah, y'all. If y'all want to, let's end off the episode right here. So in the next episode, we're going to talk about some more stuff. We're going to go more into depth about the Dare to Imagine campus, and we're going to talk about some other things. It's going to be free for all, probably in the next episode. And then we'll just talk about other things and, and do stuff. Might, share a song or something. You never know. But yes, guys, so we're going to end off this episode right here. So y'all guys have a wonderful day, and y'all guys be safe outside. You always wear your mask, even though the coronavirus pandemic is surely and hopefully coming to a close. But still, we just got to be careful out here. So just be smart. Wear your mask and do what you gotta do. Y'all guys have a wonderful day, and y'all guys be safe. I love you all. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching our show, guys. Hopefully you guys can join us in the next episode. So stay safe out there.